Sudanese peace talks with the U.S. conclude without agreement. A deepening crisis. Sudan's ongoing conflict continues to spiral as consultations with the U.S. on peace talks concluded without an agreement. The discussions, held in Saudi Arabia's Jeddah, aim to resolve the deadlock over who would represent Sudan in upcoming peace talks in Geneva. However, no consensus was reached on whether the army or the government would participate, leaving the path to peace uncertain. The root of the conflict in Sudan, now stretching into its 15th month, is primarily between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, a powerful paramilitary group. The violence has ravaged cities like Omdurman, leaving civilians trapped in their homes, caught in the crossfire between warring factions. The power struggle has led to widespread devastation, with both sides accused of human rights violations and contributing to the humanitarian crisis. The role of international mediation, the involvement of international powers like the U.S. in Sudan's peace process, highlights the global concern over the conflict's potential to destabilize the region. The talks in Jeddah were seen as a crucial step toward ending the violence, but the lack of agreement signals deeper issues within Sudan's leadership. The failure to decide on a delegation for the Geneva talks reflects the fractured nature of Sudanese politics, where neither the army nor the government seems willing to compromise. The humanitarian impact. The ongoing conflict has had catastrophic effects on Sudan's population. Cities like Omdurman bear the scars of the war, with infrastructure destroyed and civilians living in constant fear. The humanitarian situation is dire, with thousands displaced, and access to basic necessities like food, water, and medical care severely restricted. The lack of progress in peace talks only exacerbates the suffering of the Sudanese people, who have endured months of violence with no end in sight. The challenges ahead. The failure of the consultations in Jeddah underscores the challenges facing Sudan on its path to peace. The deep divisions between the army and the RSF, coupled with a lack of effective leadership, make it difficult to see a clear resolution to the conflict. As the Geneva talks approach, the international community will be watching closely to see if any progress can be made. However, the outlook remains grim, with both sides entrenched in their positions. A call for international action. The ongoing crisis in Sudan calls for more decisive action from the international community. While diplomatic efforts like the Jeddah consultations are essential, there needs to be a more concerted push to hold those responsible for the violence accountable. The people of Sudan deserve peace and stability, and it is incumbent upon global leaders to support efforts that can bring an end to the conflict. As the world watches the situation unfold, the hope is that future negotiations will yield more positive results. The people of Sudan cannot afford another failed attempt at peace. The international community must continue to press for a resolution that prioritizes the needs and safety of the Sudanese people above all else.